This conference will now be recorded.
So we are talking on roll-up component, right, yesterday?
Yes.
Okay, so roll-up, right, as we understand, right, that it will do aggregate, right, functionality. So you can see, right, we are taking the input and we have the sorted input parameter available, so which is having input must be sorted by default. But now you're not sorting the data and the data set is not being sorted, right? So what you can select is you can select the in-memory option and then go for key on whatever column, right, you want to perform aggregate functionality. You can select that column state, right? So state is having repeated values in the column, right? So I would like to take state column for the group by operation and go for transformation. So in the transformation, right, go and click on text mode, right? View text mode. So here itself, you'll find n number of sections available, right? You'll find n number of sections available. So you will see optional functions plus mandatory functions available, right? But I'll be removing the optional functions for now. We'll see optional functions later on, right? So in the next example, so I'm deleting this, right, which are optional. So now we have only mandatory sections. Right? So you can see this. This is like a temporary variable declaration. This is like temporary variable declaration. So these temporary variables you can declare, right, between the record and end, right? So you will see the body structure of this temporary variable section, like type name equal to, right, type temporary type equal to, type temporary type equal to record and end, right? So this is one stage, right, or one section we can say, right? So within this section, you have to define the variable which you want to use it within the rollup operation, right? So you can specify, right, what kind of data type it is, right? Let's say that I'm going to take the count of the customers, right, based on the state. So I'm defining the variable here, which is CNT, right? CNT. So once this, you can define any number of temporary variables here, right? You can define any number of temporary variables, depends on how many computations you are making based on the same group by column. Right? So if I'm doing the group by operation on the state wise, right, you can perform multiple operations, right? So accordingly, you can define multiple variables also in the initialize section, right? In the temporary variable section, okay. But when it comes to the initialize, this initialize section will look like exactly like reformat only, right? But reformat will be available, right, like out assigned with reformat of in, right? That will be the tagline, right? but this is not an output, right? This is not an output. So whatever you are creating here, right? Whatever you are creating here, that will be temporary, right? That will be like a temporary. So that's why it's like a temp is assigned with, right? The temp is assigned with initialize of in. Okay. So in this case, the variable whatever you define in the above section, so that will be utilized here. So temp.cnt is assigned with 0. Right? So I'm just assigning some default value to 0. Right? So on defining this default initial value, then next section is do the computation. So this computation section is the one, right, which will be running for n number of times, depends on n is nothing but number of records in a group, right? So here again it looks like a reformat, but now this time, right, the roller function will have two arguments like temp comma in, right? That means where I can use the temporary variable also here, right, while I perform the computation part. Okay, so between the begin and end statements, I'll define like temp dot cnt is done with. So I just want to make the count of the records, right? So count of the customers based on the state. So that's what like I write like count equal to count plus 1. Okay, so as it is initialized with the 0, so definitely it should go with the incremental order, right? Okay, so group wise this will be performed, and then once all the records in that group are completed, then the temp.cnt will be mapped to the output, right? So here towards my output, right? Towards my output, out.total customers is nothing but temp.cnt, right? Is nothing but temp.cnt. And then in the finalize section, right, I have to define the state column as well, right? So as you're doing the group by operation on the state, we can take the state column and the deriving column, which is like nothing but total customers. Okay, so when we are performing this, right, so definitely the roll of output DML will not be equivalent to your input DML, right? So as you perform the group by operation, definitely, right, it will be group by operation, right, and you will be populating only a few columns which are like the key parameter, whatever you define, and then whatever it's been computed here. Okay, so these are the 4 sections, right, what we defined here, and then you can validate, save it. Okay, and here itself I have to define the DML, right, for the rollup. Okay, so I'm adding these 2 columns, state and total customers. So this will be the DML of the rollup, and you're ready to execute the graph. So once it's been computed, you can see 9 records coming up here. Okay, you can see each and every state level, you can see the output. Okay, clear on this?
Yes.
Okay, so next one is like we'll take right the rest of the sections as well, right? So as we have multiple stages available, right? So we're going to define all the stages of the roller. Okay, so here itself, right? I'm taking the sort component prior to the roller. Why? Because I would like to choose some of the options in the roller component. Okay, in general, in the roller component, what is the option we go with? Right, the sort input parameter. So we will go with the input need not be sorted. Right, in memory input need not be sorted. That means within the component level, the sorting will be happen. Right. Okay, but this time, right, I just want to use the input must be sorted. That means as data is sorted or I'll sort it with the help of sort component. Okay, so I don't want to go with the input, right? In-memory input need not be sorted. Okay, so now I would like to sort it before the roll-up component so that I can select the sort input parameters. Input must be sorted output. So the data is already in the sorting order now. Okay, and now on the basis of this one, right? If I am selecting in-memory option, right? What is the difference you are seeing? What difference you can identify?
Yeah, when we select the input must be sorted, this key specifier is getting enabled
Right,
and it is not in case of in-memory.
right. So it is in memory option. I don't find this right parameter as itself, right? But now currently this is available. So whenever you go with use key specifier, this has been available key method, right? So if it is a key available, right? There's nothing, right? Just I want to use this option to use key change, right? Use key change function. So coming to this, right, whenever I choose use key change function, then I can define the, within the transformation, I can define the seventh section. Okay, so now use key change function, I have defined it. So you don't find the key parameter here, right? You can see there is no key parameter now. Okay, but now like you can define the use key change function so that I can define the step number 7 in the mandatory steps. Okay, and then I can define the transformation. Okay, so what I will do is I will send the data, okay, on which key basis I have to perform the sorting. Okay, so once it has been sorted on the state, so now coming to roll up. Okay, you can see the transformation. Okay, so click on this so that you can see all the sections have been generated here. Okay, so I'm defining the same right number of customers per each university. Okay, now previous section we have defined it, right? CNT as a template variable. But coming to this input select, right? Coming to the input select. So your input data filtration I can do here, right? Your input data filtration I can do here. Now this is send that in dot state equal to ml, right? In dot state equal to ml. Okay, or so in dot state equal to 0. So this is my condition. So the input selection is what? From the input data, which data you want to select it. That means you can write the filter condition. Okay, so MN and CO records from the input will be selected here. Okay, and coming to the initialize variable. Initialize variable like temp.cnt is assigned with 0. The rollup, we understand that temp.cnt is assigned with temp.cnt plus 1. Okay, in the final section, out.total customers. Okay, nothing but temp.cnt. Okay, so what else you are mapping here? Out.state. So the state column is the group by column, right? What you have defined it here. So you'll be mapping this. So output selection is something like after computation, right? After computation, okay, out dot total state total customers, right? Okay, I'm just counting, right? What will be the total customer count? If it is greater than 5, I just want to take it, or if it is greater than 25, I just want to push the data to the output. And coming to the key change section, it will have two arguments, prevent current. Right? So we can change this, right? In 1 into 2, previous and current record. Okay, the previous and current record. So how to write this key change function is out dot key change out dot state in not care. Okay, not equal to, we have the previous and current, right? Previous dot state not equal to current state. Okay, that means this section is going to control, right? What is the group by, right, operation it will perform, right? So just like you define the MN and CO, right? So which one will be coming first is CO as per the order, right? As character order. So when it switch from one record to other record, right? It will be knowing, right? Like if you see the first record, so CO to CO, there is a change, right? CO to CO. So previous state is not equal to current state. Is that true in this case? When I jump from first record to second record, right? Previous state not equal to current state. Is it true or false? When I am considering the first two records. Got the question? What I am asking? Hello. Hello.
Kumar, I think I've skipped the question. There's some, I was not able to hear. There's some noise in my.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, there is some background noise, Kumar.
Now also,
Yeah, when you're speaking, it's coming up.
from what time it is? You're not able to hear properly.
A couple of minutes.
Okay, fine. So what I'm asking is, like now you're fine, right? Now it's fine.
Yeah, able to hear, but when you're speaking, there is some noise coming along with it, along with your voice.
Okay. 1 second, wait. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear, but still that noise is coming. I think that's okay.
I'm just changing. Okay. So for today, right? Just for this, right? What I'm explaining now. Okay. Tomorrow we'll see it. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So the question is, right? The key change function, right? It will be identifying the record, right? What is the previous state and what is the current state? If they are not equal, right? What is the condition I have written? So if the key change previous state not equal to current state, right? So whenever I'm changing this, right? Whenever I'm changing it, previous state not equal to current state, right? In this case, it's a not a true condition, right? It's a false condition. So it will continue in the same group. When it switch from second record to third record, right? Then also it will be a false condition. But when it switch from third to fourth, it will be a true condition. So that means that will make a new group. Okay, so that way it will be controlling the group, right? You understand all the sections, right?
Yeah, got it.
Okay, so there's something missing here. Okay, you can see we got only one record. So that means we are taking two inputs, right? Two states out from the input. We got CO only. That means, okay, so the input filtration is work and even the output filtration is working. From input, I am getting only CO and MN, right? But out of these two, again you are computing based on the total customer count, right? You are dropping out. Okay, that way the records got dropped. Okay. Okay, we'll see, right? Continuation tomorrow.
Sure.